How many of you collect market intelligence on your business? You do. Market intelligence, that means you want to know what your market is about, what your customers are about, what your competitors are about. Like janitorial service, for example. One of the first things you want to do when you do janitorial service is find out what's the annual revenues for the janitorial service industry. You want to do it on a national level, you want to do it on a regional level, and a local level. Window cleaning, you want to do the same thing. Because you want to know how much money is that industry, does that industry have the potential of making? So then you can go after a piece of that pie. Because if it's a $6 billion industry, and locally it's $1 billion, then you want to go after a piece of that $1 billion because it's a low part of the local market. And if there are 30 competitors vying for that $1 billion, you're going to be 31, then you want to be able to go in and see who are some of those people that they're selling to. So you guys need to do some market intelligence. You guys want to achieve sales. So therefore, what you're going to do in here, you're going to put strategies and systems in place to support your marketing plan. My marketing plan is to go after public works entities who are looking to hire minority businesses who are certified as a small business, a minority business, a community-based business in these areas. If that's my plan, then I'm going to target those entities. So that's part of your marketing plan. Identify the opportunities, identify how you're going to go after them, and once you go after them, what dollar range are you going after? Am I going after $10,000 projects? Am I going after $100,000 project? Am I going after $1 million project? If you're going after $1 million project, do you have the capacity to sustain $1 million project?
You're great at explaining everything, but I'm feeling a little overwhelmed.
Because a lot of information. My goal is to make you guys as successful as possible. Remember we talked about that 80-20 thing? Where based on the SBA, 80% of small businesses fail within the first 3 years.
80%?
That means 20% will succeed to some extent. Our goal here is to turn that number around. So instead of 80% failing, we want to make 80% of you successful. And part of that is to handhold you and go through this process. That's part of my feature and benefit. I'm hand-holding you guys to get you through the process. So yeah, if at any point you feel overwhelmed about anything, you have any questions or whatever, don't hesitate. So you want to utilize market analysis data to calculate your market share. Have you guys been able to calculate your market share or at least have an idea of what market share you're close to?
No.
Okay. Again, the data that we just went over with the LAEDC will help you guys to obtain that information because it's going to tell you for the toner business how much money is being generated in that industry locally. So if you can say, okay, 40% of this $10 billion is going to go to small businesses or is there for the taking for small businesses, then I got to put my marketing strategy in place so I can go after this. Now, who is purchasing that? Is it businesses? Is it government? Is it private individual that's purchasing those toners? I want to go after those guys. And you already know that you got my business already. We just need to sit down and talk about it. Because one, not only am I supporting small business, but I have a pain that you're going to solve for me. Right? So that's what I want you guys to do. Identify who has the pain and take care of it. That's so simple. Take care of it. In calculating the market share, if the annual industry revenue is $2.5 million, so let's say the toner industry in Los Angeles is $2.5 million, and Brenda is generating $500,000 in annual sales. Now these are all annual, okay? Brenda is generating $500,000 in sales. To calculate what Brenda's share is in the marketplace is, you divide what she makes by what the industry is making. is generating. And when you divide that, that's what the share is right there. Milestone plan. You guys want to put a milestone plan in place. Do you guys know what a milestone plan looks like?
Is that like you say in 6 months I want to do X?
Exactly. In your milestone plan, you list the tasks. What is it you're trying to do? I'm trying to get some contract opportunity to go meet with contracting officers. So you put the task here. You want to put the start date of the task. When is it going to start and when is it going to end? In a milestone plan, you want to make your milestone no longer than 18 months. I would say 12 would be a good milestone because you want to set it up in 3-month increments. So the first 3 months you're going to do a certain task. The second 6 months you're going to do another task. Some of these tasks can run concurrently at the same time. So this is a task, this is a start date, this is the end date, this is the timeline of the task. So it's going to be 6 months. 6 months it start January to July, 6 months. Okay? Then you want to put the resource, who's going to be responsible for that task. Is it going to be you? Is it going to be somebody else? Is it going to be a consultant? Who's going to be responsible? And then you want to put what department that person represents, whether it's your organization or they represent another organization. And then the cost, you always have to put a cost associated with your activity. Because your time is valuable and other people's time is valuable as well. So if I'm charging $200 an hour, I'm in charge of this task. And this is going to take me 6 months. And it's going to take me 4 hours a day to do it. So you want to do 4 hours a day times 6 months. What is that at $200 an hour? You see what I mean? That's what that task is going to cost. And then the results, you put the result. What results are you going to achieve by doing that? Or what's the desired result? The desired result is to obtain a contract. $100,000 contract or $200,000 contract or $1 million contract. Okay? So this is what a milestone plan looks like. Competitors, all of you, including me, should have a list of at least 10 competitors. You need to have a list of your competitors. You want to know who they are. You want to know where they reside. You want to know what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. Because if you know those things, that's how you're going to get in there and take advantage of them. The milestone plan we talked about, the competitors, your pricing plan. What's your pricing plan? What's your pricing schedule? And the prices that you come up with, why did you come up with that price? Who said those prices are bad? Who said they're good? Can you increase it some more? Will the market sustain an increase? Will the market sustain what you have right now? Are you making a lot of sales from your current pricing? If you're not making a lot of sales, you might want to look at your pricing. Maybe my price is too high. That's why I'm not making sales. Do you want to put little discount plans in place to say for the month of June, we're going to discount our prices 10, 15%? Do we give our clients a little incentive to purchase our services? One of the things that I do when I go to events, I put together what I call gift of service certificates. You hear about gift certificates, right? Mine is a gift of service certificate. That means on that little certificate, I'm giving you at least 2 hours of free consulting, which is equivalent to $85 an hour. See? So you're getting $170 right there for free. Who wouldn't take advantage of that? Just remember, an infrastructure. You guys are here to build your infrastructure. And at the end of 7 weeks, I want you guys to feel so happy about your infrastructure, so confident about your infrastructure, that you're proud to market it to anyone. That's what I want. Because right now you're a little nervous about your infrastructure. I'm weak in some areas and I don't know how to strengthen it. Now you know how to strengthen it. Because you have the resources here and there.